Okay, so I guess you can see this as some sort of a follow-up to the my video about my video game collection. And I'm just going to show you some strategy guides that I have. I only have a few, and I thought I might show you what games I bought to the Wii Virtual Console. So without further ado, here are my strategy guides. We have GTA 3, which there's a bunch of like different types of misprints and what have you, misinformation in this one, so it's kind of weird. Um, but yeah, I still have it. I have Vice City. This one is a lot better than the one for GTA 3. I don't think there are any misprints or stuff in here. There might be some weird information in here that's not really true, but for the most part, this one is pretty good. Um, have the one for San Andreas. This is, I guess this is kind of the one that, actually no it isn't really, but it kind of is the one strategy guide that sort of sparked my interest for strategy guides, because I got this one when the game came out. The other ones I got actually long after I got the actual games, but this one I got on the same day as the game came out, and this one is just filled to the brim with all kinds of stuff. Maps and what have you. A huge section on like side stuff you can do in the game, because there's just so much to do in the game. So it's a pretty cool guide. It's a little bit beat up because I've been looking through it so much, but hey, it's cool. It's a cool guide. Have the one for Liberty City Stories as well. Can't really say much about it since I don't really care too much about the game. It would be fun actually to play through the game once, just to have done it. But as I said, when I did play it back in, oh geez, 2006, I think, I just didn't find any enjoyment in the missions, what have you. But this is my first strategy guide I ever got, Ocarina of Time. This one is in Swedish too, so it's a good thing for me as a kid, because I wouldn't have been able to understand what it was saying otherwise. Um, it's sort of not the best. The dungeon descriptions are kind of brief, but there's a bunch of art in here and a bunch of screenshots, and yeah, I really like this one. It's a bit beat up as well, like certain sections of it are missing, I think. A little bit anyway, but yeah, it's pretty dang cool. Also has the Kakariko theme here for your ocarina if you want to play that. I've done that a few times. So, and then the last one is the official strategy guide for Oblivion, which I really like this guide. It's very thick, has all the information you could possibly want about the game, but I mean, it is a game that does contain a lot of stuff, so I guess, yeah, this is kind of what it takes to cover it all. But yeah, I really like this one. Very cool. I wish there was more art in it though, but it's good enough as it is. So there you have it. I used to have a strategy guide for Saints Row, but I don't know where it is. I might have lost it while I was moving from my previous home, so I'm not really sure about that, but I don't think I have any more besides these and the Lost Saints Row walkthrough. So yeah, that's basically it. So I guess now I'm gonna jump to my Wii screen and we're gonna check out the games that I have for the Virtual Console. And here we have my Wii screen. Now you have to excuse my voice because I happen to catch a cold in between these takes here, so yeah, just keep that in mind, please. Anyway, my Wii screen, and I have quite a few games that we're gonna just look through really quickly. At this point in time, I should say, you can no longer buy Wii points, but you can still buy games. So I actually have 2,500 Wii points still, so I can get a few more games,
and I think one of the ones that I want to get is Final Fantasy IV, but I'm not quite sure yet. So we'll see what I buy in the future. But anyway, first game I ever bought for the Virtual Console was Kirby's Adventure that I played as a kid. I had tons of fun with it, but the copy disappeared. So, and then we have Mega Man 3, 2, and 1. A Link to the Past, of course, gotta have that. And I remember, like around the time I started to use the Virtual Console, which was towards the end of 2008, Secret of Mana had just been released, so I hopped on board and I bought that one as soon as I could, because this is frankly one of the best games there are. Breath of Fire 2, which I played at a friend's house, but I've never actually completed this game myself, and I always hit myself in the head because I'm like, I want to play this game, but I never do it, and I've had it for 10 years and I haven't really played it much, so, and I don't know why. I guess it is because it's an RPG and I'm just not very good at playing RPGs, but someday maybe I can do a blind LP of this game, huh? Majora's Mask, of course. We have Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Phenomenal Zelda game. This is also one that I bought in 2008, thinking I just want to complete this once. But I didn't play it. I just had it sitting here until 2016, when I finally decided to sit down and play this game for real. I had played this game as a kid, but I never quite understood what to do. So, but yeah, I fell in love with this game 2 years ago, and it's such an amazing game. Zelda 1, of course. Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Metroid, of course. Metroid, I love the original game. It's one of these things, with NES games nowadays, I do admit, as much as I love the NES period, some of the games do feel a bit outdated these days. And generally when I play NES games, it's mainly because I want to be able to say I have completed them at some point in my life. I want to have the experience of having played that game. But I usually don't enjoy them as much as I would, let's say, a Super NES game. But I remember for Metroid, it was one of those games that I was so intrigued by it, and I sat down for an entire evening and played. I didn't finish the game, but I played a whole bunch for an entire evening, and it's pretty rare for that to happen when it comes to NES games. Of course, same is true for Adventure of Link. When I finally sat down and really played this game, and the same is true for Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, which that is another one I just sat down for an entire night and just played through the entire thing, and I had great fun with it. I didn't play this game as a kid, Castlevania 2. Mega Man 4, great game, but I haven't completed it. Just want to say I haven't completed a single NES Mega Man game, so I have to get on that at some point in my life. We have Donkey Kong Country, of course. They were selling Donkey Kong Country, the whole trilogy, at the beginning of the Virtual Console's life, but then they took them down for a while, but they actually came back online, and that's when I bought these. I bought these 2 years ago, I think, the whole trilogy. So yeah, we have the rest of the trilogy here. Anyway, we have Kirby's Dream Course, which I actually bought for my wife because she apparently played this game as a kid. And it's fun, but it's not really my type of a game. So we have Chrono Trigger, phenomenal game, lovely. Mega Man X2, X1. Unfortunately, they haven't released X3 for Virtual Console, which I'm kind of sad about, but oh well. Donkey Kong Country 3 and Donkey Kong Country 2. So Mega Man 5, great game, but I haven't completed it, as I said. Star Tropics, a game that I really enjoy, but I find it to be a bit difficult. I'm just not good at NES games, unfortunately. Super Mario 64. We have Final Fantasy Mystic Quest or Mystic Quest Legends, which is a great game, but I do find the battling becomes a bit stale after a while in this game, so I haven't actually completed it. I think I've played through about 80% of the game. So we have Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, Super Mario, the original, Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros. 2, and finally we have Kid Icarus. And as I said, I have about 2,500 Wii points left, or I have exactly that, so I can buy at least another 3 or 4 games, depending on what I get. Actually, I could buy 5 NES games if I wanted to, but there really isn't anything left that I really want from the Virtual Console store. Final Fantasy 4 maybe, but so I'm kind of seeing this as an opportunity to try to explore games I have never really been interested in, just try something out, but I don't know what yet. So, but I might update you on that when I do buy those games, when I finally do. So you have about March next year before Virtual Console goes completely offline, so, or the Wii Shop channel. So yeah, but those are my Virtual Console games. We've seen my strategy guides, we've seen my physical copies. I don't think there's anything left to show you, except for maybe controllers, which isn't very interesting. So yeah, that's it. Thank you and goodbye.